Focus or fail, the choice that shapes your entire life. It's that simple. The world doesn't reward potential. It doesn't celebrate your ideas, your dreams, your hopes, unless you have the discipline to focus and bring them to life. Every day you wake up, you're making a decision. Either you focus on what truly matters, or you drift through distractions, noise, and meaningless motion. One builds your destiny. The other buries it. You don't need more time, you need more focus. Life is not waiting for you to get ready, it's moving. Every second you spend scattered, every moment you let slip in hesitation, you are trading it for a future you'll never touch. Focus is the weapon that cuts through chaos. It's how you dominate your day. It's how you build what others only fantasize about. People fail not because they lack talent. They fail because they divide their energy. They chase everything and catch nothing. They scroll when they should be building. They react when they should be creating. They get lost in the noise, forgetting the mission that once set their soul on fire. Success is not about being busy. It's about being intentional. One clear target, one unshakable direction. That's the difference between greatness and regret. You've got a fire inside you, you know it. But fire without focus burns everything down. You need to aim it, control it, train it. When your focus becomes non-negotiable, your results become undeniable. You stop being a victim of your circumstances and become the architect of your future. Because focus creates momentum. Momentum creates results. And results change everything. You don't get to the top by being average 5 days a week and focused for one. You get there by eliminating everything that doesn't serve your mission. By making your goals louder than your excuses. You stop chasing approval. You stop entertaining distractions. You lock in, tune out, and build. Focus becomes your standard, not your mood. So today, right now, make a decision. No more drifting. No more waiting for the perfect moment. No more playing small because your attention is all over the place. You've got a vision. Now protect it with focus so fierce that nothing can knock you off track. The world may try to pull you in 1,000 directions, but you only need one: forward. Focus or fail, it's always been that clear. You don't need more time, you need more focus. That's the truth most people avoid because it's easier to blame the clock than to confront the chaos in their own mind. Time is fixed. Every person on this planet gets the same 24 hours in a day. But what separates those who rise from those who stay stuck is not more hours, it's what they do with them. It's how they lock in. It's how they choose to direct their attention with precision and intensity. Time is not your enemy. Distraction is. Lack of clarity is. Excuses disguised as business are. Most people live in a state of constant reaction. They wake up and immediately hand over their attention to the world, to messages, to notifications, to other people's priorities. And then they wonder why they feel behind, overwhelmed, or stuck. They think, if I just had a few more hours, I'd finally get ahead. But they wouldn't, because more time isn't the answer. Without focus, more time only multiplies procrastination. It amplifies distraction. It gives you more room to drift, not more power to execute. The truth is, a single focused hour is more valuable than 10 distracted ones. When you're locked in, fully present, and intentional, your actions carry weight. Your decisions create movement. Your progress becomes measurable. But when your attention is fractured, pulled in 100 directions, even the simplest tasks feel heavy, and the most important ones keep getting delayed. Focus is the force that multiplies your time by maximizing the power of each moment. It's not about doing more. It's about doing what matters with energy and direction. People who struggle with time management often don't have a time problem. They have a focus problem. They try to juggle everything at once, believing that multitasking is efficient. But it's not. Multitasking is the illusion of progress. It spreads your energy thin and kills momentum. Focus means choosing one target and giving it everything. It's the discipline to shut out the noise, say no to distractions, and protect your mental space like your future depends on it, because it does. Every goal you've set, every dream you've imagined, every result you've desired, they all depend on your ability to focus, because focus turns ideas into actions and actions into outcomes. It's how visions come to life. You can read all the books, write all the plans, and talk about what you're going to do, but without focus, none of it means anything. Execution lives in the land of focus. That's where transformation happens. Think about the last time you were truly focused, not scrolling, not multitasking, not daydreaming, just locked in. Maybe you were working on something important. Maybe you were solving a problem. Maybe you were creating something meaningful. In that moment, time felt different. You weren't watching the clock. You were in flow. That's what focus gives you: control, clarity, momentum. You don't need more hours like that. You need to create more moments like that by removing what doesn't belong. Distractions aren't just digital. They come in the form of doubts, fears, overthinking, unnecessary obligations, and even toxic relationships. If it's stealing your attention, it's stealing your life. Focus demands boundaries. It demands courage. Because it's not just about turning off your phone. It's about tuning into your mission. It's about honoring your goals enough to protect them from everything that dilutes your drive. Every time you say yes to a distraction, you're saying no to your vision. And you can't build a legendary life by saying no to it every day. You've been convinced that being busy is the same as being productive, but it's not. Busyness is a trap. It keeps you moving without meaning. Focus breaks that cycle. It forces you to ask what actually moves the needle, what actually aligns with my goals, what's worth my time, my energy, my attention. When you start asking those questions, you stop chasing everything and start building something. Most breakthroughs don't require you to work longer. They require you to work smarter, more focused, more strategic, more intentional. It's not about grinding for 16 hours a day doing everything. It's about locking in for 4 powerful hours doing the right things. That's how success is built. Not through scattered effort, but through focused execution day after day. Your life is shaped by what you focus on. If your attention is constantly pulled toward problems, negativity, and distractions, that's what you'll create more of. But if you train your mind to focus on solutions, goals, growth, and execution, that's what will expand. Focus is not just a skill, it's a decision, a daily, relentless decision to stay aligned with what matters most. So stop telling yourself you need more time. You've had time, you have it now. What you need is to step up, block out the noise, and get obsessed with what matters. Focus isn't easy, but it's worth everything. It's the difference between staying where you are and becoming who you were meant to be. People fail not because they lack talent, but because they divide their energy. Talent is never the issue. It's what you do with it that counts. The world is full of talented people who never reach their potential, not because they don't have the skill, but because they never learn to direct their energy toward one powerful purpose. They scatter their attention across 1,000 things, trying to do everything, please everyone, and chase every opportunity that comes their way. But the truth is this divided energy leads to diluted results, and diluted results never build greatness. When your energy is split, your progress stalls. You start a project, then jump to another. You get excited about a new idea only to abandon it halfway through when something shinier shows up. You spend your days reacting to distractions, trying to juggle tasks, switching from one thing to the next without ever gaining traction. You're busy, but you're not effective. You're moving, but you're not going anywhere. Motion isn't momentum, it's the illusion of progress. And that illusion is where dreams go to die. Success demands something deeper. It demands focus, commitment, and consistency, not for a day, not for a week, but over time in the face of boredom, frustration, and setbacks. That kind of focus only comes when your energy is united. When you stop leaking your power into 10 different directions and start channeling it into one mission, one target, one purpose. That's when things begin to shift. That's when you stop spinning your wheels and start gaining real ground. You might be talented, you might even be gifted, but if your energy is fragmented, your talent won't matter. Talent without direction is like lightning without a rod, powerful but unfocused and useless. It burns out before it hits anything. Real success comes from taking whatever gifts you've been given and committing them to one meaningful path. That's where impact lives. That's where mastery begins. Dividing your energy doesn't just affect your work, it affects your identity. When you're constantly pulled in different directions, you lose your sense of purpose. You forget why you started. You feel overwhelmed, burnt out, and frustrated. You question your own ability, not because you aren't capable, but because you've never given yourself the space to go deep. You've stayed shallow, surface level, because that's what divided energy creates. Shallow work, shallow habits, shallow progress. Greatness isn't built on shallow effort. It's built on depth. It's built on obsession. It's built on the relentless decision to go all in, even when it's hard, even when it's boring, even when everything in you wants to quit. But you can't go all in if half of you is somewhere else. You can't dominate your goals if your mind is distracted and your energy is scattered. You have to choose be average at many things or be unstoppable at one. Every time you split your attention, you weaken your power. Every time you chase something outside your path, you delay what's meant for you. You don't need to chase more, you need to focus better. Because when all of your energy is aligned with one mission, you become a force. You move faster, think clearer, Execute sharper. You stop second guessing yourself because you're not distracted by the noise. You're locked in. That's when progress becomes predictable. That's when momentum takes over. People fail not because they don't have what it takes, but because they never learn to concentrate their power. And concentration is a choice, a hard one. It means saying no. It means sacrificing the good for the great. It means eliminating distractions, walking away from comfortable routines, and letting go of anything that doesn't move the mission forward. But that sacrifice is where your edge is born. That sacrifice is the price of excellence. You have what it takes, but you need to stop giving pieces of yourself to everything and everyone. You can't give 20% here, 30% there, and expect 100% results. It doesn't work like that. The results you want are hiding behind the energy you're wasting. Take it back. Reclaim it. Redirect it toward the vision that actually matters to you. You don't need to be more talented. You don't need more opportunities. You need to become dangerous with your energy, ruthless with your focus, committed to one direction with every fiber of your being, because that's how goals become reality. That's how you stop failing and start dominating. Unite your energy and everything changes. Focus is the weapon that cuts through chaos. In a world overloaded with information, noise, and distraction, focus is not just helpful, it is essential. Without it, you drown in confusion. Without it, your priorities blur, your energy fractures, and your goals vanish beneath a flood of mental clutter. Chaos is everywhere. It surrounds you every time you pick up your phone, open a browser, scroll a feed, or let someone else's urgency become your emergency. And if you don't train your mind to cut through it, you will live your life reacting instead of building. Chaos doesn't always look like disaster. Sometimes it's disguised as opportunity. Too many choices, too many paths, too many shiny things pulling you in every direction. And when your mind tries to follow them all, it freezes, you hesitate, overthink, and delay, not because you're lazy, not because you don't want success, but because the noise